All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Holistics Highlights. This is episode 6. I'm Scott Kaplan, and here is my partner in crime, Ruthie Edelson, who is the marketing manager at Torrey Holistics. Hi, Ruthie.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Oh, my goodness. We're great. Browner, Grande, how we feeling today, man?
Doing really good today. I'm feeling fantastic.
So far, so good. I'm interested in this guest today because, I am more on the edible side of the business, the tincture side of the business. So I'm excited to hear about this.
All right.
Well, you know what's interesting is when we first started to partner up and I was, playing around with sided, which we could talk a little bit about sided and what that is. My first question was, how do you like to consume your cannabis? And I put all categories up and tincture got 1%. And some people said, what's a tincture? And I was like, oh my gosh, what's a tincture? Tinctures are like one of the best ways of consumption. So I'm really excited to talk to Shelbie so she can teach us what tinctures are and what they do once you take them in our body and all the great tinctures Yummi Karma has to offer.
It's amazing. I got to be honest with you guys. I've never used a tincture ever once.
Oh my gosh, you're missing out.
Well, why? What is it? What? Okay, here's the thing. So listen, if I'm being honest, okay, my preference is vaping. All right. And I know that, and listen, if I had to go beyond vaping, I'm probably a pre-roll person. And then really thereafter, I'm an edible person, but tinctures, why? I guess I think of the sensation of holding and, why a tincture though, Ruthie?
So I would have to say the tincture part of it comes in as a wellness tool for me and my husband, Peter. So when I first came into the business almost 6 years ago, I was still recovering from a back injury that I got doing CrossFit. Terrible injury. It was the worst. And I started doing tinctures morning and nighttime, and it was a high CBD, low THC. So I wasn't high, but the key to tinctures are consistency. And within 6 months, my back pain was gone. And it is very rare that I have back pain anymore.
Wow.
And it is, to be honest, it has been extremely helpful through what I think I'm going through is perimenopause. So like my night sweats and, all the things that happen that people don't typically talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I've started to be consistent again with tinctures, and that has been very helpful.
All right. Well, hey, with all that said, let's meet Shelbie Vasquez.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum of the tincture. I just like to get slammed.
Well, and you know what? There's tinctures for that too. There's really, really high milligram, high THC tinctures for that as well. So there's, really tasty tinctures. There's tinctures to help you sleep. There's tinctures for, well, you know how I like my sex tinctures. There's there's tinctures for it all. And that's what's so great about tinctures.
I might land in the middle of everybody here because I don't have, back pains and I don't use them to get slammed. I take them every day. Just as like a general wellness thing. And I've been taking it for, I think since we met, Ruthie, that was one of the first things that I started taking. And one thing that I noticed, at least for myself, I'm staring at screens 8 hours a day. Never once do I complain about a headache, ever. Like I just feel clear-minded. And I don't know if I'm assuming it's because of tincture, because that's the only thing I take every single morning.
This is amazing to me because I feel like if there's something that can be a health benefit while simultaneously, if I wanted to get high and I could take a tincture rather than smoking something and put it in my lungs, that actually sounds like a great alternative.
Yeah, it's awesome. But let's hear from Shelbie.
Yeah. All right. Here's Shelbie Vasquez. She's the Senior Client Success Manager from Yummi Karma and Hi Gorgeous. And speaking of Hi Gorgeous, there she is. Hi, Shelbie. How are you?
Hello. I'm great. Thank you for having us.
Oh, my goodness. This is so great. Now, Ruthie, you're going to love this.
I got to start with something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're the first guest to have your own jewelry with your logo and brand on there, dude. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ruthie, this is episode six of Holistic Highlights. And this is episode 1 of Shelbie's career as a podcast guest. How about that?
Ah, that's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Exciting. Yes.
Excited
I'm
to kick it
shocked,
off.
Shelby. You're like such a ray of light and have so much knowledge.
Yeah, I'm starting to do more spokesman duties. I'm going to be speaking on panels more this year, so I'm excited to brush up my skills and communicate with you guys.
Well, hey,
That's
look,
awesome.
we don't bite around here. I can tell you that right now.
Not before tinctures.
Yeah.
Maybe after.
So Shelby, you probably heard the conversation we were just having as you were waiting to get in. I got to say that I can't wait to try the products from Yummi Karma. But
You need to try a tincture.
yeah, I've never. So tell people like me in particular, let's start off with my side of things. Everybody here has a tincture thing going. I don't have any tincture knowledge. Why would somebody want to use a tincture rather than smoke, vape, use an edible, what have you?
It's a little easier on your body. You don't have to put any strain on your lungs by smoking, and different from an edible, you don't have to wait for it to go through your digestive system and finally hit your stomach. And if you're trying to stay away from sugar, our drops include stevia instead of sugar. So very healthy for you. And using tinctures, what you do is you put them under the tongue, and that is your sublingual gland. The blood vessels that you see when you lift up your tongue, that's your sublingual gland. So it's a sublingual, and so it gets into your bloodstream quicker than it would with an edible.
Is it like, do you fill up the entire tincture and put it underneath, or is it like just like a drop, or is it the full squeeze?
For us, it's a full dropper. So you're going to fill it all the way up to the 1 milliliter. Put it under your tongue, hold for 15 to 20 seconds, and then swallow.
Okay.
Now, on the range of tinctures, this is where it can vary like crazy, right? Because I take one that's got like, I think it's 20 to 1 CBD to THC. So there's like nothing. I take it, I feel nothing. I live my life like normal. But that's not how it is for all tinctures. Like there is a wide array of levels to this, right?
Right. Browner's taking something that's got 1 gram of CBD and 20 or more milligrams of THC.
Look at the smile on his face. Look at him.
his muted smile.
Right.
Correct. Correct. Got a lot of background noise here.
Well,
Correct.
can you tell us though then, Shelby, about like different products of tinctures, like some that Alex would like, which is more CBD, like Ruthie was talking about her back injury, and then something more like what Browner was talking about, which is I want to get really, really high. Yeah. Slammed, as he said.
Right. So we have around 17 tinctures right now, I believe. So we definitely have something for everyone. We have middle 300 milligram THC. We have CBD and THC variances. We have CBD only. So I can jump into the ones that we offer.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you got to tell us, because anybody who's listening and watching is going to hear this and go, they're going to fall into one of these categories. Okay, I'm pretty
So
sure.
I would say break it down like this. For a newbie like Scott, what would you suggest for him?
Yeah.
For a medical person like Alex, what would you suggest for him? And for a person who just wants to pass out, what would you suggest for me?
Pass out.
And
Okay.
and this isn't all, from what I understand, this is an all female owned company. Is that right?
That's correct. We are sister owned. A majority of our staff are women. We have 4 mothers. We have a lot of dog mothers. We do have guys on our staff as well, but we are a majority women owned.
Well, the reason I ask is because I love that Ruthie and I know, between Ruthie and I, we got a lot of daughters, and I don't mean like we're married and we have daughters, but Ruthie's got some, I've got some.
We share a lot of stories.
Right. So we've got a lot of ladies, a lot of young ladies in our lives. And so to hear what Ruthie was talking about also, dealing with first back pain and now dealing with female changes as she's, growing into a more mature woman. There's something for everybody, it would seem. So yes. Okay. Start with me.
Okay, so for the newbie, we have watermelon drops. This is only 120 milligrams of THC in the full bottle. So in a dose, you're going to get around 4 milligrams. So maybe that will be a little easy on you. And again,
more.
You can
Need
take
more.
half. Need more?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna need a little more.
Our 4 drops would be Drift Away, Stay Lifted, and Mood Magic. These are all 300 milligrams. So you're going to get 10 milligrams in a dose.
There we go.
However, if you're new to trying tinctures and new to cannabis, that is a little high, and you'd want to go with the watermelon to microdose.
Got it.
So what I like about you guys and what I'm learning about you guys is so the tincture that I take tastes like nothing, right? It's a tincture. There's nothing special. You guys got flavors. You guys make your stuff taste good. And that's what makes you guys special, right?
Yes. We're tinctures that actually taste good. Tinctures don't have the best reputation for flavor. So we use all natural flavoring. We also use holistic herbs. We use high quality distillate. So you're not going to get the cannabis taste. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we just want it to be a very palatable experience for everyone. So those are the ingredients that we use. We have flavors like vanilla, orange creamsicle, raspberry. Yeah, you'll see strawberry lemonade, blue raspberry, cotton candy, root beer. We definitely try to keep it fun. And if it doesn't have a specific flavor, it will be lightly sweetened with stevia.
Wow. Okay, cool. We're looking at the website right now for everybody who's listening on the audio podcast side of things. We always encourage you to come over to the video podcast side of things on our YouTube channel. So Ruthie, let's go to your category then. I'm the newbie, and I can't wait to get down to Tory Holistics and come in and buy some of the Yummi Karma brand products. But for you, for someone who's mom and wife and hardworking person, let's talk about tinctures for that category.
Mood lifter.
This guy, mood magic. Raspberry flavor, and the magic ingredient is raspberry leaf, which is known to tone the uterus muscles. So it's great for women who are going through that time of the month, women who are going through menopause, women who are trying to conceive, and just women who are trying to get a great raspberry tincture that will make you feel better.
Did you find that in this business, the more you learn, it's easier to educate people on all the upside of it? Because obviously the stigma around anything marijuana related always keeps them at an arm's length from it. But when you start discussing the actual benefits of it to people, do you find people are more likely to dive into it, or more likely to be still I don't know?
No, absolutely. Once they hear the benefits, why wouldn't they want to try it and get the benefits of it to help themselves in their day-to-day? And definitely the more that I do these trainings and the better I get at it, I think a lot of people are very receptive to it.
I also think the people that are very skeptical, you are okay with that and limit the conversation, and know that eventually their journey will either change or it won't, but everyone is definitely on their own journey when it comes to cannabis.
Yeah. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them choose to drink it.
Well,
you can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink the tincture.
Well, Ruthie, when somebody like Shelbie comes into your office at Tory Holistics, is it she's kind of, maybe you could tell us, Shelbie, are you educating Ruthie and her staff?
Yes, we do a staff training, of course, because we want to set them up for success and make them able to sell the product as best as they can.
Does everybody just try it first, or is it?
That'd be a great meeting.
Well, no,
we do send staff samples. But no, it's just education and just talking to them about it. And we do have non-infused samples sometimes that they can try right there.
Oh.
But most of the time it's just education. And I had a great staff training recently with them, and they said that they learned a lot from me. So that made me feel really good.
Yeah. The reason I ask is because based on Browner's question, it's like, when you have family and friends that are not necessarily into the cannabis world, and then all of a sudden you come to them and you say, hey, look, these products can do this for you and this for you, and these products have this and these products have that. I would suspect that, your friends and your family probably go, okay, well, Shelbie's in this business and she's telling us all the benefits and maybe some things that you've experienced, and that then people would really want to get into it.
Well, I would say one of the best ways of, helping people ease into it is, let's say you have a mother who is skeptical and suffers from arthritis or some aches and pains, get a topical. I mean, my parents, are much older. However, they're extremely open. My mom can't live without a topical now. It helps her so much with her aches and pains and arthritis and all of that. we haven't gotten to High Gorgeous yet, but they have such beautiful topicals, and we're right, on the brink of Mother's Day. It's a great gift of helping someone ease their pain with a beautiful product.
I might be the perfect person to talk to right now because these three know about my mother and her hesitancy with all THC products. But my mother recently tore her meniscus,
Ugh.
and on the same meniscus has arthritis. And now guess who's asking me about topicals
Mm.
Yeah.
and CBD?
Just as Ruthie was talking about that,
Yep.
I was thinking about you and your mom and how reluctant your mother has been to try any of this stuff. So what would you suggest, Shelby, for someone who has been reluctant, has the stigma in their mind, because they're old school, right? And now has a need? What products might you suggest? And are we talking about at this point Yummi Karma, or are we talking about High Gorgeous?
Now we can talk about High Gorgeous because I am going to talk about topicals. And I agree with Ruthie. For someone who is on the fence, definitely start with the topical. It's a little easier. It's not going to get directly into the bloodstream. We have receptors in our skin that can feel the benefits of the topical and will get activated once you apply a topical on your skin. So we have Plain Jane. This is CBD only. You're not going to feel high. You're not going to feel any psychoactive effects. You will still feel relaxed, but it's more for inflammation relief. This is 500 milligrams of CBD, and they have a base of vitamins A, C, and E, chamomile flower, cucumber extract, aloe vera, and allantoin. So it's all very nourishing, soothing, and again, it's going to take away inflammation.
Alex, that looks like the product for your mom right there.
Yep.
Send her
Can I buy
this
this?
picture right here. This is perfect. It's very, very
Yeah.
welcoming.
Yeah, I'm actually heading home this weekend, so I'm stopping at Tory Holistics specifically tomorrow on my way up to
And
buy
then
this stuff.
eventually you'll be able to send her to Oxnard Holistics.
Yes,
That's
right.
Right.
Oxnard Holistics, the 805. We're coming your way.
Yep.
Yes.
That's going to be
You're
so cool when Mama
much of a
Padilla goes
short-
walking in.
A
on her
much
own.
shorter drive than coming down to San Diego,
Yeah,
for sure.
right on.
Definitely.
Would you explain the distinction between the two brands, Yummi Karma and High Gorgeous?
Sure. So Yummi Karma is tincture focused and High Gorgeous is topical focused, more focused for women, specifically for women. We also just released concentrates under our High Gorgeous line, but we are known for the topicals with High Gorgeous.
Ruthie, these two brands, I suspect, probably perform quite well for you.
They do. I mean, we always sell out of the one for sleep. Remind me.
It is the Drift Away, but
Drift
we
Away.
also have another called Lights Out, which is more high THC, 1,000 milligrams. So in a dose, you're going to get 33.3 milligrams of THC.
You want to know something just real quick about that, about sleeping? You guys got to hear this story. So I was with a friend of mine recently, and I've known this guy for like 30 years, but I haven't seen him in ages. And we've just kind of reconnected. And we were having this conversation because I knew he was in the cannabis financial space. And I just said to him the other day, I said, so dude, do you use cannabis? Because I don't know him to use. He doesn't know me to use. We've never used together, And he said, oh, yeah, man. He goes, cannabis saved my life. I said, how so? He said, dude, when you and I were working together 20 plus years ago, you don't know this about me, but I never slept ever. I could sleep maybe an hour or two a night. He goes, now every night before I go to bed, I take, whatever it is that he takes. I didn't really get the product, but he's like, and now I sleep 8 hours a night. He goes, I'm telling you right now, it saved my life. How about that?
Absolutely. We hear that all the time. We always get messages. If a product is ever out of stock at a shop, people come message us and they're like, when will it be back? When can we? They really rely on it. And our products have a cult following.
Alex, you're talking about getting for your mom. My parents will be out here in California from Florida. They're visiting from Boca del Vista Phase 4, darling. My parents will be here. My father can't sleep either. Cannot sleep. So I have got to now. Can men use the product line that you say is primarily for women, High Gorgeous?
Yes, absolutely. Everyone can use our products.
Okay.
When it comes to the sleeping, how quickly does that kind of intake because I know people take like gummies or might like smoke. When you're talking about a tincture to go to sleep, is that really like fast activating? Like we're talking 10, 15, 20 minutes?
About 15 minutes. Yeah.
That's nice, because that way you kind of know when it's going to get you. You kind of know, because if you're planning out ahead, an hour ahead, that's a lot of planning before bed. But now it's like you just take it, get ready for bed, and you're good to go.
Imagine if you were taking the product and watching a baseball game, you could be asleep in like 30 seconds.
Well, some.
But we also have a sleep formula that does not contain THC as well. It is CBD only, called Beauty Sleep. We add passion flower to reduce anxiety so your brain isn't racing and you can actually fall asleep. Jujube fruit to help you stay asleep, and magnesium to also for added relaxation.
Do you find that those work equally as well, or like what's the, because obviously the THC is kind of the thing that makes people go to sleep. So how does a non-THC tincture work?
Because the CBD is also very relaxing, and then in addition to the extra herbs that we add to complement it, that helps. But THC is definitely more effective for me to help me fall asleep.
Ruthie, I think you mentioned it earlier, but we are today at the day of the recording of this podcast, episode 6. Today is Wednesday, April 27th. And I believe next Sunday is May 7th or 8th. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but Mother's Day is right around the corner.
Yeah, May 8th.
May 8th. So this is something I should know. But this sounds, both brands, Yummi Karma and High Gorgeous, and all the different effects, whether it's tincture, topical, whether it's THC, CBD, all of these things sound like great gifts for moms on Mother's Day.
Definitely. I'd be stoked if I got something from High Gorgeous or Yummi Karma.
Yeah, totally. All right, Alex. Well, it looks like you got Mother's Day a week early, man. If you're going up to Oxnard this week.
Yes, and I'll be stopping at Torrey Holistics tomorrow on my way up.
All right. All right.
Give mom the gift of sleep.
And hopefully some pain relief.
Yeah. Right. Mom, this is the greatest Mother's Day of your life. This is going to put you to sleep, and this is going to be relief for all that knee pain you're experiencing.
Yeah, you don't want to take those crazy pills the doctor gave you and make you all loopy?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, Shelbie, it is great to talk to you. And
it's great to talk to you guys.
I got to say, for your first podcast appearance, I'm going to give you an A- only because I want you to have room for improvement. I mean, this was a spectacular performance by you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you all.
Yeah, I feel like we really learned a lot today, Ruthie. How about you?
Yeah. I mean, I could keep on talking to Shelbie always, so we'll have to have her back.
Well, Shelbie, that's the game plan. We got to have you back.
Awesome. I would love to. I look forward to next time.
Yeah, you'll be a veteran by then.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, I want to say to everybody who's watching and listening, when you go into the store or if you're using the website, look out for the brands Yummi Karma and High Gorgeous. We've just learned a whole lot about them. And this has been another fun episode. What do you say, Ruth?
Yep. Love it.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I thought that was really cool of you earlier to kind of explain that back pain's one thing, but female issues, it's, people don't talk about that enough,
No, we need to start talking about it more. It's something that Shelbie and I both have a passion about, and it's something that we'll have her back to talk more about it, because they are one of the leaders in the industry of really talking about periods and making sure that women have hygiene, feminine hygiene, and all the places that they can help. So we'll have her back for sure.
I'm so glad we're talking about these issues, because Shelbie, one thing you don't know is that Ruthie and I did some polling of, viewers and listeners about, why females choose not to go into stores, or why they maybe are intimidated to go into stores. And so to hear you and to hear about the women in the industry, and to hear about the products that are designed specifically for women, Ruthie, I think when more females hear the podcast, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable going into the store.
Definitely. There's so many products that are created by and for women. And I think that it's so important that they learn about it, and that they make their own choices of the products that they take and purchase, and really put in their wellness tool.
Yeah. Yeah. Shelbie, again, thank you so much for all this education. We appreciate it.
Thank you too. Have
All
a great
right.
time.
All right, Ruthie. We'll see you on episode 7. Until then, peace out, everybody.